Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Day 150 today. Pretty exciting. Halfway to 200. Well, not halfway to 200, more like three quarters, but you know what I mean. At 150, we'll take a look at our Pokemon for 150. Looks like we got a Mewtwo. So Mewtwo today, classic, legendary Pokemon. Let's take a listen to the sound.
On a distant world, darkness marched ever closer. In the hour,
What a sound that was! It was a 6-second sound. Brrr. 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 There's our sound. Yeah, so appreciate you guys watching the stream today. Thank you to the people that tuned in. We solved a few problems on stream today. We did 5 problems today. We warmed up with a binary tree problem, just an invert binary tree. Simple binary tree, just inverting pretty much the child of the left and the child of the right, and looping through the whole tree. So that was pretty easy. Then we re-looked at word search. This was, I think we were looking at this about 4 or 5 days ago when my stream crashed. I think it was last week on like Wednesday, and we didn't finish it. Really, what our solution was is that we were checking the length of the word for the last index before we were checking our bounds. And pretty much what I did is I just flipped that around and I changed the bounds to being an or, because they were all an and when they should have been an or, because if it's outside of the row or it's outside of the column, then you should be, returning it if it's wherever, not an and. So that was pretty simple. And then we went to a jump game. That was an interesting problem. We solved it using a backtracking approach, which is probably the most familiar for me. It was technically highlighted as a greedy problem, but I didn't really think about it in a greedy way. At least I didn't really have the intuition of thinking about it in a greedy way. So I simply just solved it using backtracking. Then I got a TLE, and then I simply added a top-down memorization approach with a dictionary, caching the results there to make it faster. Did that, got another TLE, and then I needed to add one more optimization step, which was checking if the current element in our array was outside of the length of our array. Then we would instantly return false, which ended up passing for the pretty much one of the slowest solutions in the thing. So really, the optimized approach was a greedy approach, but I couldn't really think about it in that way. Then we solved the rotting oranges problem. A problem that I had looked at, previously about 4 months ago. I think it was probably one of the very first graph problems I solved. So, kind of breezed through that. It took about 20 minutes to do that. So that was pretty chill. Just used a simple BFS approach, checking the rotten orange and checking the other ones, adding it to a queue. Just a, simple BFS approach, and then moving through a direction array in the directions of north, south, east, and west. And then finally, we looked at a lucky numbers in a matrix problem. It was a pretty straightforward problem. I mean, you could have solved it using the brute force approach, finding the max and the min, and then looping through and finding that. But instead, I kind of took the approach of doing a little bit of list comprehension. I'm not really that good with list comprehension. Do I really need to know it? I mean, it's a simple Python trick, so probably not really, but I thought I might as well look at it just to make it a little bit more challenging for myself. I did learn something new, that using a little star asterisk transposes the matrix into columns, which I didn't know was a thing in Python, so that was pretty interesting, learning about that, so that was pretty cool. But other than that, that was our day. Appreciate, again, everyone that was on stream. Thank you guys for the kind messages like always, and I'll be back at it tomorrow for day 151. Thank you guys.